as with Brian, this is your third coaching staff here. Lots of turnover, lots of stuff. What do you think this is going to teach you when you're all said and done here in college about life, or like what do you kind of take away from all these experiences that you've had here?
So the first thing that it's going to teach me, and that it has taught me since I came here as a walk-on, is that just to trust myself and just to keep working and just trust the process and just be confident.
Sure. What went into the decision to come back for another year?
I didn't like the way that last year ended, and I'm grateful that I have another year to come back and to prove that this team can be better.
What was that experience like for you last year?
So it was kind of, because of the year, you kind of don't know what's going on. You kind of don't know what's going to happen, what the next day or what the next week's going to be like. So it's kind of like you're just in this realm of unknown. And that's just one of the things that like last year felt for me. So at the end of the season, I kind of had to sit back and just really think about what was going on and what happened and what's going on moving forward.
How was that experience? Because you guys were competitive against USC, and then you lose by 63 in the finale. Like, what happened?
I'm focusing on this year and going forward, and I'm leaving all that in the past. That's one of the things.
Go ahead.
Kind of on that note, is this a clean slate for the wide receivers and how you kind of approach the open competition and all that?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say that we all have a clean slate and we all have a chance to reprove ourselves, not only as individuals but as a group to the nation, that we have a chance to prove ourselves as a receiving corps.
Coach Cummings had high praise for Jalen Johnson. What have you seen out of him so far?
I think he's good. I think for missing last year, I think that he's good. That he's doing great coming back, along with all of us from last year and how things turned out in the shortened season. I think that all of us look great coming back, and that we're all working hard for our own goal.
What's the biggest difference for the wide receiver group in this offense compared to the spread style of offenses that you did as a coach?
Like BJ said, you got to block. You got to block to get the rock.
Is that your phrase, or is that something Coach Cummings says?
I believe they said it in one of our meetings.
What about special teams with Coach Davidsky and all the other guys?
So right now we're working on punt and KOC, but we haven't got much into those. So.
Who's in charge of the special teams primarily?
Yeah, Coach Davidsky.
Coach Davidsky. Yes. Is that coverage and returns, or is it mostly coverage stuff?
That's just no.
Isaiah Rutherford is another newcomer who seems like he stood out here on the practice field. I'm sure you've gone against him a few times. What's kind of the scouting report on him?
I think that he's great, that he's he's physical, and I just think our whole entire defense is a lot more physical, and that they're getting better in the secondary.
Any questions for Thomas?
How would you describe just kind of what the overall vibe has been like under this coaching staff?
Great. Great. I think that the tempo is a lot faster, that the energy is great. When we're in the building, we're out here at practice, the energy is just amazing and phenomenal. And that's one of the biggest things that I've seen.
I know you just said like you're living in this year, forgetting about last year. Does Jed ever bring up what's happened in the past? It doesn't seem like he references.
That's a question. I know, but that's a question for him.
Just saying, doesn't seem like he ever says it. Did he ever say anything to you guys?
No.
Any newcomers that have stood out to you?
Not really. I mean, they all kind of stand out, but we're all just kind of focusing right now with the new system and everything that's being put in. We're all just focusing on getting better. So right now it's kind of like everybody's just trying to transition and everybody's learning the same thing. So it's kind of like we're all newcomers.
And the guys that were in the transfer portal and they came back, did you have a role in getting those guys, or is it all up to them?
So I didn't really talk to them after the season when they all transferred and everything. I didn't really talk to them, but I remember talking to one of them. I just kind of talked to them early on. I said they just got to do what they got to do. Like it's not my business, but you just do what you got to do.
And then having those guys come back and adding depth, what is that?
I think that's great. I love having them here, and I love the competition that they bring and how we all work together to make each other better on and off the field.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
You guys are welcome.